inch the previous video, we showed you how the devastating storm tore through the Philippines. But today, Ragasa has moved on and made landfall in China, a place once proud of its skyscrapers and some of the strongest structures in the world. This time, nature didn't just test its limits, it unleashed a fury more brutal and destructive than anything we had seen in the Philippines. Right now, we're not just looking at numbers and damage reports. We're witnessing life and death moments, where the line between survival and tragedy is terrifyingly thin. Over the past few days, Super Typhoon Ragasa has shaken the entire East Asia region. Forming from a tropical disturbance north of Yap Island, Ragasa made landfall in the Philippines with winds reaching up to 270 km/h, unleashing heavy rain, flooding, and widespread destruction. And while the Philippines was still reeling from the aftermath, in just a matter of hours, the storm raced toward China at a terrifying speed, so fast that many people still thought it was just an ordinary typhoon. Being unprepared, whether it's failing to reinforce homes or stock up on essentials, can make a storm far more devastating, turning every place in its path into a target of unstoppable fury. As Ragasa made landfall in Guangdong, China, it brought violent winds reaching up to 270 km/h, equal to a Category 5 super typhoon, destroying everything in its path. Compared to Super Typhoon Yagi, which struck China in 2024, Ragasa was far more powerful. Yagi's winds peaked around 245 km/h and mostly impacted Hainan province, while Ragasa not only packed stronger winds but also spread its destruction across major cities like Guangdong, Shenzhen, and even Taiwan, unleashing torrential rains, mild tsunamis, and causing far greater loss of life and infrastructure damage. What happens when Super Typhoon Ragasa slams into the heart of China? The answer is unfolding right before our eyes. China now lies at the very heart of the storm, with wind gusts reaching up to 295 km/h, shaking skyscrapers, windows of high-rise apartments straining to hold on, trees being uprooted, and streets drowning under relentless rain while people can do nothing but flee. This is why you must pay close attention to weather forecasts and reinforce your home before a storm hits. If you let your guard down, you could find yourself in the most dangerous situations imaginable. Thousands of people were forced to evacuate in panic, dozens of flights were cancelled, and both roads and railways were cut off by flooding and landslides. Large areas were plunged into blackout, water supplies became contaminated, and tens of thousands of homes were destroyed or severely damaged. Meanwhile, major industrial zones, seaports, and shopping centers had to shut down, causing economic losses reaching into the billions of dollars. It's not just people, nature itself has taken a heavy toll. Forests were torn down, crops and livestock washed away, and coastal ecosystems severely damaged by saltwater intrusion. All of this once again proves the brutal, unstoppable force of Ragasa. That's why the most important thing you can do right now is stay inside, don't go out, and be mentally prepared to face this raging storm head-on. How will people rise up and fight to recover after such devastating fury and everything it left behind? When Typhoon RAGASA finally passed, China had to rush into the recovery phase, facing devastation so severe it was as if they had to start all over again. Rescue teams worked around the clock, searching for the missing while delivering food and clean water to tens of thousands of households. Even more terrifying were the areas left under deep floodwaters, completely cut off from the outside world, forcing residents into isolation and despair, left with no choice but to wait for outside help. It was horrifying to see the destruction of collapsed buildings, streets turned into rivers, and cries for help echoing through the storm, all of it showing the sheer devastation RAGASA left behind. We can see that Super Typhoon RAGASA was truly one of the strongest storms of 2025, with destruction far surpassing Typhoon Yagi, which struck China in 2024. While Yagi caused severe damage, RAGASA proved to be far more brutal and devastating. Witnessing such scenes teaches us an important lesson. Humanity must never underestimate nature. Careful preparation, constant vigilance, and a clear response plan are the only keys to protecting lives and minimizing damage when disaster strikes. The devastating power of RAGASA swept away China's pride and greatest achievements. From the collapse of structures once thought indestructible to the suffering of millions, everything serves as a profound reminder. Nature always hides terrifying power, and humanity must never grow complacent. But the story doesn't end here. After every storm, people rise again with resilience. In the next video, we'll take you through the journey of recovery after the wrath of RAGASA.
Oh my god, it's like right in front of us. There is a freaking tornado out. Oh my god!